The Amnesty program was first introduced in Nigeria as a conflict resolution initiative by the late President Musa Yar'Adua in 2009, owing to the insecurity occasioned by the agitation of the Niger Delta militants. The program was initiated with good intentions, with the hope that the gesture would effectively put an end to youth restiveness in the region. The amnesty ensured that the militants were immune to prosecution for crimes committed against the state prior to the initiation of the program. 12 years after, the program is still being employed by the government to resolve the lingering insecurity plaguing the country, as Boko Haram fighters and bandits are being offered amnesty in exchange for their surrender and reintegration into society. Recently, Awalun Daudawa, the leader of the abductors of more than 300 Kankara schoolboys kidnapped in Katsina State, was granted amnesty after he surrendered to authorities. The Zamfara state government said Awalun Daudawa and 6 others had surrendered their weapons and swore by the Holy Quran to never go back to their criminal past while being reintegrated back into society. 43-year-old Awalun Daudawa was formerly a cattle rustler who turned to an arms trafficker for Boko Haram. He had engineered the abduction of the Kankara boys from Government Science Secondary School, Kankara, Katsina State. He claims the kidnapping was done on behalf of the jihadist group. Their pardon has devolved into a controversy as Nigerians have questioned the government's decision to grant amnesty to those who have maimed, raped, killed, and destroyed for selfish gain. In an interview with a security expert, Mike Ejiofor, he complained about the motive behind granting amnesty to kidnappers, bandits, and Boko Haram as their demands had not been stated.
I don't understand why amnesty should be given to bandits in the first place. Because, first of all, what are their intentions? What do they want before you start granting amnesty? If you have to grant amnesty, people must place their demands on table to say these are exactly what we want before amnesty. But these are people who just go about killing people, rustling cows, kidnapping people, and they say you want to grant them amnesty. It's not done. It's a very sad development, and I believe very strongly that it's not going to yield any result. Recall what Senator Ndume said some time ago, that the people who were even granted amnesty came and killed his people. So there's no question of repentance for bandits. But if people are making political demands or economic demands, one can understand that. But that bandits will be asking for amnesty from government, who are their leaders? When will they stop? Even if they are giving amnesty, they're not going to stop.
Ejiofor, who supported the statement of Kaduna State Governor Nasiru El-Rufai against granting amnesty to bandits, claims it is not the solution to fighting insecurity in the country.
It is not, definitely not. It will not work. And I believe very strongly that granting amnesty to bandits is not a solution to our problem. Rather, government should go all out. You have what Governor El-Rufai said. And that's the only way out. You know, initially he was of opinion that amnesty should be granted to, but I tell you, it's not going to yield any result.
He further mentioned that the Niger Delta militants were granted amnesty as ex-agitators who were willing and ready to surrender their arms and ammunition to welcome a lasting peace against the crisis in the country. But in Northwest, the reverse is the case, as repentant Boko Haram members have been accused of acting as informants to the sect and bandits.
Those people were making economic demands, asking for resource control, the control of their resources, because these are the areas where the nation generates more than 90% of its income, and they are neglected. So they said, no, we cannot continue like that. You have to give us some. And the government saw reasons, negotiated terms. But in the Northeast, people who are giving amnesty, they are still fighting the government.
The issue of kidnapping in Nigeria has become worrisome, as many have become victims, paying millions of naira as ransom before regaining their freedom. Everyone lives in the apprehension of being the next victim, as the crime is now seen as the new cash cow.
Kidnapping is one of the quickest ways to make money apart from politics. You know, in politics you can make money and but you have to invest. But this one you don't invest, but the return is high. And that's why people are just taking into kidnapping, coupled with the harsh economic conditions in the country. I believe that since this is developing, our security agencies too should come up with new ideas, new strategies in terms of patrol, in terms of technology to assist them in fighting this issue of kidnapping. Because if Abuja is unsafe, then nobody is safe again.
On the appointment of the new service chiefs, Mike Ejiofor said,
They have been charged by the president to go all out and deal with the insurgency, and I think that's the best way to go. Even though this is not the first time the president is saying that. But I also believe that with the new approach, new tactics, new methods, and with government's vigor in equipping the military, I think we will achieve results.
In relation to this, activist and former presidential candidate Omoyele Sowore also said,
You cannot have a commander-in-chief who is sleeping out or on duty and expect a commander-in-chief of the armed forces and expect for security to improve. It's not possible. So people were calling wrongly for the removal or the firing of service chiefs. I've always said that that's also a distraction. You cannot fire service chiefs without removing or getting rid of the commander-in-chief of the armed forces who is not performing his role and duties. You can't. Until you do that, there's no way the security in this country, and it doesn't matter what it is called, whether it's herdsmen, kidnappers, hoodlums, bandits. The biggest business of banditry in Nigeria is the Nigerian state.